What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Randy Orton CM Punk confrontation coming to Raw, MJF breaks his silence, Triple H has his eyes on AEW star, the Judgment Day getting a huge change, Dave Meltzer's L take, Randy Orton's shocking statistic, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. Now let's do the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at the Randy Orton CM Punk confrontation coming to Raw. At top of today's news is the potential for some major fireworks on Raw. Randy Orton is scheduled for tonight's Raw, a situation that has some fans speculating that he might cross paths with CM Punk. While Orton is a SmackDown superstar, he's currently involved with World Heavyweight Champion Gunther and will face the Ring General at Bash in Berlin. However, that clash may be a detour tonight if some fans' speculation turns into reality. Orton's history with Punk is well known, as the Apex Predator clashed with Punk and Punk's new Nexus in 2011, leading to a match at WrestleMania 27. While that was 13 years ago, Triple H's focus on continuity has led to buzz that neither man has kayfabe forgotten what happened, and there'll be a less than pleasant stroll down memory lane. While nothing has been confirmed, it seems like too good of an opportunity to pass on. There's also chatter that Orton and Punk might team up, possibly against Gunther and Drew McIntyre. Next up, MJF breaks his silence. MJF is disputing the narrative that's made the rounds recently concerning the alleged incident involving himself and Dr. Britt Baker, an incident which led to Baker's brief suspension from AEW TV. In case you missed it, the rumor is that Britt Baker confronted MJF's girlfriend Alicia Tout after Tout allegedly told MJF Baker was complaining about him. At one point, MJF allegedly punched a wall, but he wasn't suspended. The current American champion spoke with Jack King from Cultaholic about the rumored ruckus. "Tell me if this passes the smell test. I barge into a women's locker room. I scream in the face of a 110-pound woman, and then I physically threaten her by punching a wall in her vicinity. I don't get suspended. Does that pass the smell test to you? Almost everything that was written didn't happen." MJF broke the situation down. Everybody has co-workers at work they may not get along with. I have a feeling that this was blown out of proportion because all of the English wrestling commentary places that make money off people like me, who are far more rich and talented and handsome and humble, need clickbait. Or whatever the conflict may be, MJF has said he has no problem putting people over as needed, and added that he's expecting All In's Mercedes Moné vs Britt Baker match to be an epic match. Next up, Triple H has his eyes on AEW star. Is current AEW star Daniel Garcia staying in AEW, or is he headed elsewhere? Fightful Select reports that Garcia's AEW deal is expected to expire in October, and that WWE is interested in signing the 25-year-old talent. However, the Fightful report noted a top talent in AEW believes Garcia is staying and may have already put pen to paper on a new deal. Garcia is written off TV after MJF kayfabe injured him, a situation which could explain Garcia's absence if he chooses to leave AEW. At the same time, it could also set things up for a major feud with MJF if Garcia decides to stay. Garcia is seen as a star with the potential to break out in the main event, and while he's occasionally broken out into the upper card, he's found himself in the same situation as other talent, a lack of opportunities caused by the combination of AEW's bloated roster and its incredibly uneven booking. Next up, WWE eyeing another international PLE. Is the WWE bringing an international PLE to Mexico? While nothing has been confirmed, Pro Wrestling Nexus recently tweeted, "Mexico, they hear you too, trust. July's shows were a fun test." This follows a recent rumor that Italy may get a PLE in 2025, just the latest example of how the WWE has expanded its PLEs from North America to around the world. The benefits have been tremendous in terms of ticket sales. It's also been a way to keep demand high for WWE PLEs, as fans in North America have less PLEs to attend every year unless they plan to travel. Throw in the rights fees the WWE gets from municipalities for hosting events, and it makes sense to continue this practice. Next up, Judgment Day getting a huge change. Those intriguing rumors concerning one of the WWE's most popular factions. WrestleVotes recently tweeted, "Plans are in motion to rebrand the new Judgment Day. Sources say that the group's essence will stay the same, but a name change is likely. The leading candidate is an out-of-the-box yet bold idea, Street Trash." The name Street Trash sounds unusual to say the least, and there's no word as to why WWE wants to change a name that has become synonymous with the dominant force on Raw. Granted, wrestling fans have seen some bonkers decisions before, so this can't be ruled out. One good thing coming out of last week's Raw was a big reveal that the Judgment Day was sticking around, albeit with a new lineup that exclude Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. Some fans and pundits believe that the group was finished after SummerSlam when Dominic Mysterio betrayed Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor turned on Damian Priest. The Judgement Day still has plenty of gas in the tank as a group, and it wouldn't make sense to split them up, especially since the group benefits members Carlito and JD McDonough. Next up, a big night for Odyssey Jones. Tonight's Raw looks to be another action-packed show, including an in-ring debut of Odyssey Jones. Jones, who finally debuted on last week's Red Brand to lend a big hand to the New Day against the Final Testament, is scheduled to wrestle tonight. Jones uploaded a video message on X saying,
"I just got the word that tomorrow night, August 12th on Monday Night Raw, I am making my debut in Austin, Texas. Yes, sir!" So like they say, baby, everything is bigger in Texas. So Austin, y'all better show up and show out. And everyone watching better get y'all popcorn ready, cause Big O is about to put on a show.
Now, Jones's opponent is currently unknown. However, the big man may have a target on his back after embarrassing the Final Testament's AOP last week. Did you guys see Odyssey Jones's debut last week? If so, what did you think of it? Next up, Dave Meltzer's L Take. Kevin Owens is scheduled to challenge undisputed champion Cody Rhodes at Bash in Berlin, but Dave Meltzer wasn't impressed with how the WWE set the match up. He commented on the Wrestling Observer Radio saying, "This is actually one of the weirdest angles I've ever seen. You should always be going for a championship. A guy offers you a championship match and you're going in there and turning it down? That is makes no sense. You talk about something that makes no sense. This makes no sense." Now, the community lit up after Meltzer's musings, with many fans asking if Dave even watched SmackDown. If he had, he would have seen Kevin Owens playing a classic babyface who felt his record didn't justify a title shot, but who Cody Rhodes eventually convinced did deserve one. The exchange between Owens, Rhodes, and SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis relied heavily on Owens' history with Roman Reigns too. KO protested the idea of Roman Reigns getting a title shot, pointing out how he'd cheated throughout his 3-year run as champion. Owens even discussed how the WWE got rid of its rematch clause, another example of how the WWE writers enjoy using the past to craft new stories. Interestingly, Cody offering KO a title shot could play into the rumored rivalry between Randy Orton down the road, as Orton, who will likely turn heel, can claim Rhodes never offered him a title shot. Next up, AEW Is Successful. Speaking of the Observer's main man Dave Meltzer, he recently remarked on whether AEW is successful. It's so weird because they're on the verge of being a completely successful company according to Tony Khan. By traditional metrics, they're very much a struggling company. They're really struggling to sell tickets right now, and obviously the TV ratings. AEW has struggled for the last year and a half in terms of TV ratings and ticket sales, but a lucrative TV rights deal could change everything. The wrestling industry has changed where the majority of profits come from the rights deal. Around 2019, the WWE was struggling with its TV ratings and ticket sales, but the big money deals for Raw and SmackDown, not to mention WWE's Saudi Arabia deal, made up for this, where the WWE could weather out the storm. Do you think AEW could get a lucrative TV rights deal? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, did AEW sign the nephew of WWE Hall of Famer? It looks like AEW may have signed another star. Fightful Select is reporting that there are rumors that AEW signed Tommy Billington, the nephew of WWE Hall of Famer The Dynamite Kid. The report stressed that neither AEW nor Billington has confirmed the signing. While Billington is another marketable star, it's difficult to get excited about any AEW signing given the company's awful record of using the talent they have under contract. At the same time, you can't fault wrestlers for signing contracts because who wouldn't want a guaranteed deal that may pay more than the indie scene and has a potential for bigger things, even if the chances are less than you'd expect. And finally, Randy Orton's shocking statistic. Last but not least, Randy Orton still puts on jaw-dropping performances in the ring, but you might be shocked by his win and loss record at PLEs. According to CageMatch.net, Orton's last PLE win was in 2021's WrestleMania 27 against The Fiend. This is 1,219 days without a singles PLE win. Now granted, Orton was not around for about 18 months, but that's still a dismal record and not a good omen for Randy's upcoming title shot against Gunther at Bash in Berlin. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.